I graduated from Columbia Business School 13 years ago, and it is still one of the best decisions I've made in my life. But here are 8 things I wish someone had told me before I set foot on campus for orientation. Number 1, getting in is just the beginning, especially if you're a career switcher like I was. I was coming from a pre-MBA background in investment banking, and I wanted to pivot into brand management or marketing. But what I didn't realize is that I was going to be competing against my fellow classmates who already had experience in marketing from their pre-MBA careers. And guess what? Recruiters were not impressed by my investment banking experience. And so if I had to do it all over again, I would have started recruiting even before school started. I would have pursued additional coursework or even an internship or an externship in marketing to gain some kind of experience, even if it was unpaid, so that I could go into the recruiting process with something to talk about besides ideas. Number 2, business school is kind of like high school. And maybe I should have seen this one coming, but I definitely didn't. There is drama. There is who made out with who the night before at the bar. I don't think I would have done anything differently if I had known this in advance, but it definitely wouldn't have caught me off guard. Number 3, you're going to spend way more money than you think you will. You know that line item and the beautiful put together budget that each school publishes every year? Plan to double, if not triple that. You want to say yes to the weekend getaway. You want to say yes to the dinner out with a new group of people that you haven't had a chance to interact with very much yet. So make sure that you're giving yourself a really healthy cushion so that by the time your second year rolls around, you're not having to say no to things for financial reasons. Number 4, you will doubt yourself. I was surrounded by so many people that I thought had done so much more in their lives than I had. I thought, okay, what am I doing here? And by the way, everyone else around you is having the same moments of self-doubt. Knowing that other people were experiencing it too would have made me realize that A, it's completely normal, and B, I'm not alone. Number 5. Recruiting is hard. I don't think I cried more in my entire MBA experience than during recruiting. I gave up a lucrative job. I moved to a new city and incurred 6 figures of debt. And so I could not end up empty-handed. And that felt like a lot of pressure riding on a process that felt like so many things were outside of my control. I can tell you that that's normal because I certainly was not the only one going through those feelings and experiencing rejection and all of the other things that are part of the process. Number 6, professors are one of the most underrated assets of MBA programs. And this is one of my personal regrets from business school, that I did not form closer relationships with my professors. The professors of the top MBA programs are literally at the top of their field. And there's no other time in my life where I would have had such unfettered access to their time and their attention. So if you're about to start in business school, please make a point to develop relationships with your professors and get to know them on a more personal level, because they could end up being the most valuable mentors or certainly connectors that will make a big difference in your career. Number 7, business school does not teach you sales. I remember vividly that I took a market research class that literally is completely and utterly obsolete in today's day and age. Whether you become an entrepreneur or whether you rise the corporate ladder or advance in client services like consulting, sales becomes an increasingly important part of your job. And so try to capitalize and take advantage of any opportunities you can in business school to develop your sales skills. Number 8 is that the greatest value of your MBA is going to be the optionality that it affords you. I grew up in a family of educators. My parents are teachers. Early in my career, I just followed the beaten path. But what I realized very quickly was that following the beaten path was also beating down my soul. And I hated banking and I wanted to do anything except investment banking. But I didn't know what that anything else could be. I didn't know that I could be an entrepreneur. That wasn't something that had ever crossed my mind because I had no role models and I wasn't surrounded by anybody else that was doing such a thing. Business school changed all of that. And I know they say that the greatest value of the MBA is the network, but it's not because of who I meet, right? It's not because I met friends in high places. It's because I met people that forever raised the bar on how I think and on what I believe is possible. If you're going to a top MBA program, you are smart. You already have a track record of achievement. Combine that with a vision that is 10x the vision you had as a 21-year-old, you're going to be unstoppable. All right, there you have it. If you want more content like this, like and subscribe below.